All right, ladies and gentlemen, you have to be kind to me because I'm the guy who separates the lunch from you right now. Okay, so it's difficult to actually follow up after Dr. Anand and talk about AI, but it's inspiring, right? So what I'm going to do is, while there are demo stations and an experience zone that's set up out there, you can explore that in the lunchtime or after that, anytime during these 2 days. But I'm going to breeze you through what is the real pain point in the industry today and what is Nutrify AI trying to solve for. So let's look at a story to bring that to life, and let's check if that really relates to you as someone from the industry today.
Akash, the company's BD head, shows compelling data on entering a high-growth category. After aligning on next steps, the marketing, research, BD, medical and regulatory team members individually get into researching what product would best fit the company need. Their support platforms are open-source forums like ChatGPT, Google, PubMed, and random websites. A few weeks later, Shreya, the R&D head, showcases her breakthrough formula with rationale. But her colleagues are quick to make clarifications and suggestions, necessitating more rework. Meeting after meeting, iterations are presented, and the entire cycle loops, till finally at some point they come to a conclusion. But when supply chain shows pricing, the iterated product does not fit the GC. So it's back to the drawing board after 8 months of hard work.
So, was that relatable? It's something we see every single day. So what's really the problem here? We have a bunch of folks, very talented, getting meeting after meeting, trying to solve for coming out with something that the company needs today, but it takes a really long time to get there. Essentially, not because it's not a talent issue. We are obviously employing the best minds out there for our work premises. However, there are two things that are really a challenge. Number one, the data is fragmented. And number two, most of us as teams are not working cohesively. So we are fragmented and the data is as well. Imagine your BD person walks in at 9 a.m. By lunch, for the formulation and the category identified, you can actually have a prototype that's a concept ready. And then by the evening, you know which market you're compliant for, and you can actually go for a commercial prototyping at the end of that specific day. So what usually took 8 to 11 months for any organization on average is now crunched to one single day, probably even less. That's the power of Nutrify AI. This is the time when you give me an applause. Okay, so now let's talk about the pricing. So essentially we have, largely we have 3 types of subscriptions here. So there's a Pro one, which is essentially meant for people who want to work on their own, smaller organizations, probably single team people and so on. The Power version is where it comes into real use, where multiple people in a team are actually working together, sharing and downloading outputs, so that each of them are working on similar projects and everybody knows where they're at. The Enterprise one gets the best. It's like an SAP that's running for Nutra in your organization. As a CEO in this room, you have full visibility to say, out of my 50 people working on Nutra, these are the projects being worked on. This is what individually is happening at every single level. These are the kind of questions that are happening. This is where it's stuck. And this is how the product is going to look like. These are the transfer prices. So we actually create the entire custom built solution for you. Imagine it's exactly like Google Sheets, to give you a better example. Multiple teams working together to create projects and imagine multiple such teams. That's enterprise for you, right? So, fundamental question before I come to pricing, to avoid and to crunch that 11 months into one day, how much would you pay me? To avoid that 11 months of time spent to identify disappointment and say, oh my God, the product is not working out. To prevent that from happening, how much would you pay? And then further, I have met a lot of people so far in the last 6 months who say, hey, I have a fantastic product, but unfortunately the science I'm not able to find. To get that science, how much would you pay? Any guesses in the room? If it was a monthly subscription, how much would you pay for this? Anyone? Indian rupees? Yeah, dollars is even better. Now especially with the prices. So should I say something like 20,000, 25,000 is a fair amount? Is a fair ask? Very fair? Per month? More? Maybe 50,000? I mean, most of the people here today in the room have, at every hierarchy level in the organization, everybody has a different order value that they can just sign off, eyes closed. So I'm not even hitting at that value. I'm going way, way below. I'm talking about product manager level, right? When I'm talking about 25 and 50,000. However, we're not here to charge you that kind of money. This is genuinely built for industry. We want you to use this. We want our industry to grow. We want to empower the industry, which is why the pricing is at a very humble 5,000 rupees a month per user. And then if you want us to build the enterprise version for you, which actually obviously takes a lot of work because there's multiple things that we need to do, that's where it gets into something more meaningful for us as an organization. And that's the pricing that's on the slide and the screen there. So with that, the even better news this is the appetizer before your lunch. So all of us today who are gathered here are obviously very, very elite audience. And you now have what we are starting today is, we're calling it the Black Circle Access Program. And every single person here is already enrolled into this, pre-enrolled, even if you don't want to. And what that gets you, for each of you and for 2 more people in your organization, 3 complimentary power licenses for everybody in your organization. So that's the way we are going to roll this out. With your help, we want you to use it like we said, and you will be the founder members of this entire enterprise. How do you access this? At your delegate badges, at the back of your delegate badge, there is a QR code. All you have to do is just use that QR code, use your phone, scan the QR code. You will automatically, it will show your email IDs. Choose your password, click on sign on, and you're there. Okay, if for some of you by any chance, your email IDs are not showing up, someone else's, please contact the booth or we can help you after this. Right, so that's about it from my side. Happy Nutriverse unlocking. Thank you so much.